Hey everybody, this is Callaway Talks. I'm Harry Arnett. Look who's on the couch. Do you know this guy? You should know this guy. Everyone should know this guy. It's Dave Bartels. Who's Dave Bartels, you wonder know? Anybody that's wearing a golf ball shirt has to work at the golf ball area for us. And this is Dave, and he's not just anybody. He runs the entire R&D operation for golf ball. True or false?
Just the R&D portion.
All right, just the R&D portion. That's what I said. And run the groundbreaking product graphic across the screen here. Actually, we don't have that graphic, but if we did, it would run right now because on January 16th, what we like to say is we have the golf ball coming that changed the entire direction of the golf ball category, in our opinion. And we think very soon this will be everyone's opinion, and that is the Chrome Soft golf ball, which is right over my right shoulder right here. So fortunately, that's a great coincidence. We have Chrome Soft right here. SoftFast Core. Remember that. It's going to change the category. True or false, Dave?
True.
See, Dave can't lie. No one from R&D can lie. It's going to change the category. Tell us a little bit first about SoftFast Core, and then we'll get into Chrome Soft.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is obviously, we think this is going to be kind of a paradigm shift for the golf industry. The SoftFast Core is a technology we've been working on for quite a few years that we've finally feel like we put into a product that has tour level performance with a feel that's really not been seen in the tour ball category since the Tour Ballata back in those days.
And a lot of people haven't even played that ball before. I remember when I was kind of growing up and having it, I didn't buy them because they were expensive, they weren't durable, and they spun a lot, but man, they felt great.
Yeah. They cut pretty easy too.
Yes, they did.
Remember the smiley face? You used to get the smiley face on the...
I don't do that anymore. No, I don't do those anymore. But yeah, so it's the first time and that we've been able to, what I'd like to say, correct me if I'm wrong,
sure.
We've been able to sort of separate the feel of a golf ball with the core, if you will. So we have a really soft core that also has very, very low driver spin, which is that's a good thing.
It's a little bit counterintuitive. The real challenge is keeping the speed of the core when you make it softer. So you can make a really soft core, but as you get softer, you tend to lose resilience or lose ball speed, ultimately. So with our technology, what we've been able to do is make a softer core, but retain as much of that energy in the core as possible, so that when the ball is compressed at impact, it regains its shape and it springs off the club face.
65 compression. Which we haven't talked compression in a long time in the category.
Right.
So it's kind of fun to talk about compression anymore. To give you an idea of what that means, most tour balls now are sort of, where are they? Sort of like in that 95, 100, right?
Yeah, I'd say the majority of them, if you talk about, like SR3 or SR2, some of those, they're in the 95 to 105 range. Most of the competitive products out there. I'd say the softer versions go down to more in the 90 compression range. There might be some in the 85 area. Like our SR1, for example, is about an 84 compression. So going all the way to 65 is quite a bit different. And like I said, it's easy to make a soft ball. It's hard to make a soft ball perform like a tour ball. And so we've been ecstatic with the feedback we've gotten so far, and that's why we think it's going to be a game changer.
I've been giving these out left and right, and I tell you guys will see this when you try it. You really haven't experienced a ball like this, because a lot of people I give it to are like, oh wow, that's very soft, and the feel is unparalleled. And so what does this do to performance? And I always tell them, well, you haven't really experienced performance like this before, because it's going to be very low spin off your driver, but also gives you, because of the compression profile, et cetera, a lot of control around the greens. But you're also going to be hitting your irons a lot farther.
Yeah,
that freaks people out, because they think if I'm hitting my iron farther, that means it's going to be bouncing off of greens like a Super Ball or something, but it doesn't do that.
Yeah, I think most golfers would like to hit their irons longer. I would say, when we test with tour players and most better golfers, they would never put that as their #1 criteria to hit the ball farther, but every time they're given a ball that is longer, they prefer it over a ball that's shorter. So it just, you have to recalibrate your irons a little bit, because you hit them, up to, a few yards longer, a club longer in many cases. And I think that's where people, particularly guys like myself who, when you hit your drive, you're not really sure if it's going 230 or 235, or if it hits a sprinkler, or if it's downwind. But when you're dialed in with your irons, you know what your 150-yard club is. And when you put Chrome Soft down and it goes 160, it's like, oh crap! It's a good feeling as soon as you calibrate and adjust.
It's a perfect compromise breaker. You used to have soft balls that didn't go very far, or firm balls that went really far. And we see that too. We get a lot of people like, I don't want to play a soft ball because I want a distance ball, or I don't want to play a firm ball, I want to play a control ball. And now you basically have broken that compromise.
Yeah, and it was kind of a nice accident in a way, because we had originally started developing Chrome Soft to be a soft compression ball for maybe even the lower swing speed type golfers. And it wasn't until internally, some of the better golfers internally, yourself included.
Thank you. He knows how to get back on the show.
But also the higher swing speed guys too, not like yourself.
Not like me. See,
but when they started testing it and started giving us feedback, it really, one or two people, you don't think too much of it. But once a big majority of people start saying, wow, this ball goes a long ways. I can't believe how it spins around the green. How'd you do it? It was an accident when we gave some to Phil Mickelson to try, and his response was pretty overwhelming. And there's all the features that he loved about it. It was a little surprise to us, because we hadn't really been focusing on the higher swing speed golfers. So when we started, that kind of opened the door for us to looking at different attributes to test of the ball and test with more players. And all of a sudden we were able to, like, okay, now we know what he's talking about when he says, the ball with his long irons is just perfect trajectory. It's flying low. It's holding its line. And then around the green, how it's just consistent and coming out, low and checking up nicely, better than any ball that he's played before. Around the green, it's phenomenal. And so once that kind of, removed the scales from our eyes, so to speak, we started sampling it to more players, and we started being able to understand that golfers are looking for a ball that's softer feel. They're not just looking for a ball that's longer or, spins more around the green. Those are nice also, but they like a ball that's softer. So now those guys that, internally that have switched, and even some of the external people we've been testing with, they come back to me now and say, I can't even play the old balls I used to play. They just feel like rocks.
Oh yeah, I can't go back. Anybody that's made a hole-in-one yet with this ball? Anyone?
I
did. I was the first one right out of the gate, one weekend. And what I've experienced with this ball, and I'm certainly never going back to the old paradigm of golf balls, is it flies straighter because it doesn't spin as much. Right. And then, for me, I'm getting tour-like compression, which I'm not a high, I'm around 100. I'm one of those kind of average around 100.
Compression meaning on the face.
On the face, it's compressing, like I'm getting what a good player wants to feel all the time. A lot of compression, a lot of control, and it's not spinning out of control like I would get sometimes around the green. So it's to me, I'm with everyone else, totally new paradigm in how to make a golf ball. Phil, you've heard Phil's reaction to it. You'll see that around. We'll probably play that a lot, I'm guessing. Phil's reaction to it. He loves it. But congratulations, because I know you don't get a lot of chances like this in a career where you really have, we think, changed the direction of a category that many people felt like was pretty static.
Yeah, we hope so. I mean, it's something, like I said, we've been working on, and we see an opportunity. And if sales and popularity or anything like we've seen so far, I think we're in for a good ride, and we're definitely committed to making soft even better, and even improving the SoftFast Core even more than we have to date. But there's a lot of features in the ball. I know we probably won't talk about all of them, but there's a lot of features that allow us to make this ball so soft and yet still have these tour performance qualities. And then probably the thing I like the most, two things. One, the durability is better than anything we've put on the market before, which if you haven't, a lot of people don't like to. They assume all balls are durable, but when you're putting down a good amount of money for a golf ball, you want it to last for multiple rounds, and this ball does. And then the price point for this ball, I think, is what we're excited about, because it's going to get the ball in more people's hands to try it, and that kind of starts the whole revolution towards soft.
There it is. Yeah. January 16th, Chrome Soft, ball that changed the ball. You got to just go try it, and you'll see what we're talking about is absolutely 100% true. Why else would we be on here talking about it if it wasn't true? That's Chrome Soft. That's Dave. Dave, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, Harry.
And go try this ball, and we'll see you again on Callaway Talk.